Welcome back, everybody. We are on part 2 of episode 170. It's time to get into the hot tag topics of the week. Let's throw out one that has to do with throwing
The
up.
hot tags are really hot. A little delayed that time. It was warming
Yeah,
up.
yeah, you totally forgot that fucking joke, didn't you? Me too.
So, Bray Wyatt threw up all over the ring Monday Night Raw in a dark match with John Cena. The tweet that somebody tweeted out about that, which was I found kind of funny. They specifically were like, "He's not okay. He's throwing up all over the place and stuff."
Guys, he's not okay.
I would assume that means Bray Wyatt's got that stomach bug that's going around, which I know a lot of people are getting stuck with. Hopefully that's ending really soon. But what do you guys think this might have any implications for with Fastlane? Is he going to be all right and be able to do something then? Or is it good that he's not booked and they could just ignore him completely, or what?
Well, thank God he's not booked, so they can ignore him completely. I didn't know if they actually had plans for him to actually wrestle on Monday, but if they didn't wrestle him because he was sick, at least on television, at least they got away with that, because if that would happen on television, that would probably be disturbing, and a lot of people and Bray Wyatt might have been completely screwed.
That would have been
And
awesome, I think.
No, it would have been awesome, but I think Bray Wyatt as a character, no one's going to take him fucking seriously. Like, dog puke. So it's just, they dodged a bullet at least with that. So they'll be fine. They could book around him not doing anything anyways. So he's not going to do anything. If anything happens, he's going to cut a promo at Fastlane because they only have 5 matches on the card so far. And then maybe The Undertaker will come out or something like that. Something like that, maybe. Who knows? But, yep. That was one big pile of puke.
How great would it be, though, if he got on the mic in the middle of the ring and he was just kind of like, man, I...
It's like that. No, it's like that episode of Family Guy where they all start puking on each other because of...
I think that would be hilarious. Would you want to see that, Wago?
I'll pass. I'm not a big puke man. It's good that they... You know what? Bray Wyatt's one of those guys that they book very differently as opposed to everyone else. And I know you have to do that because of his character, but by that I mean is most guys, they oversaturate and put them out heavily every week. They don't do that with Bray, and I think this is one of the benefits of that. If something does come up, you're safe. Now, as far as do I think this is going to affect his performance or whatnot, I'm sure he's going to be fine. And... honestly, his matches are that shitty anyway that if he works sick, I'm sure it's not going to make that much of a difference. What probably got him ill was doing the same fucking promo every week. He probably got sick of it.
That's basically what the Did You Know is for this week.
Oh. Spoiler.
It's a shot at both that and something else that we've been doing a lot lately.
So you intended for me to spoil it and you added something else just to entice them.
There you go.
Smart book in there.
Another reason to check out the rest hold. You got Hall of Fame announcements and you've got puke jokes. That's amazing. Great. So, moving on to another hot tag here. Cesaro's Twitter was hacked. Another Twitter situation, which Twitter seems to be more of a problem than it seems to be a benefit for WWE, doesn't it? All the different...
It's just on Kurt Angle and gets hacked every other week, so...
At least it's not Seth Rollins and his cock isn't hanging out.
That would have been great, though, if that guy would have posted that on Cesaro's account.
Oh, the dick pic, that would have been fantastic.
Oh my god, this is Cesaro with Seth Rollins.
Where it's
so
like,
I guess you want me to comment on this.
It's like another picture, like that one picture of Seth Rollins where he was all trying to be like, it was like dark and he's trying to be artistic and stuff.
He's the silhouette of my dick.
He's just chilling, like, hey, what's up?
Like a parody one with Cesaro in there or something. Some of the things that he had tweeted out, though, with the hack situation was, I read some of these. You know what? I'm sick of Vince McMahon and his bullshit. I don't even get a chance to get the tag titles with Kid now. I hope that old man gets cancer. I would have been one of the best for sure in WWE, but that old washed up has no idea. I lack charisma? Yeah, right. I'm the Swiss Superman. Everybody cheered for me at WrestleMania. And why did they give me this gimmick and this awful theme music? They're constantly burying me. It's about time I get pushed. Even the Rosebuzz gets more TV time than I do. I pretty much had it. Hashtag push Cesaro. I'm never going to get a chance at the major title. This company's a piece of shit. A lot of different stuff like that. And of course, they all just got deleted afterward. But
I bet Vince was like, he's finally got him some balls. Going to put him in the main event. Oh, he's hacked?
Yeah.
Fuck him.
Drew, what do you think's happening with this? Is this going to hurt Cesaro, or is it just a situation where they're going to go, yeah, you were hacked, doesn't matter?
Well, if he wasn't hacked and he did post that, he has either has some big old balls, or he is just the fucking dumbest person ever. So
what are they going to do, though? Make him a super jobber?
No, come on. He's a Swiss Superman. I think that should be his new gimmick, if anything. Just like have him come out as like in a Superman costume, but it has a Swiss S instead of the Superman S.
Yeah, but if they do that, they'll have Adrian Neville come out in a Mighty Mouse costume and beat him.
So honestly, if Seth Rollins could get away with a dick pic, 2 dick pics, my bad, 2 of them, then I think he'll be fine. I think this is a situation where he just got hacked. And anyways, what does Cesaro have to lose at this point? Cesaro doesn't really mean much. He's in a throwaway tag team technically, unless they somehow win the title this Sunday. So I mean, he's not in the same position as Seth Rollins. I think Seth Rollins had more to lose than Cesaro does here. So to me, it's not as big a deal as the dick pic controversy, because my 8-year-old daughter is not going to look up Cesaro and find that. Okay, it's all good in that department.
So, joining us on the line right now is Mr. Payton. What's up, Mike?
Was shaking.
Before we move on to another hot tag, let me go back track a little bit here and get your opinions on the 2 that we've just been talking about. Bray Wyatt throwing up in the ring after Monday Night Raw, and Cesaro's Twitter being hacked.
Not much really to say about either of them there. Bray threw up. He's sick. He'll stop being sick in a few days. That's all there is to say about it. Cesaro got his Twitter hacked. What exactly was hacked?
He tweeted out
dick pics.
No, it was a whole bunch of tweets about how he is sick and tired of Vince McMahon not pushing him, and he's not going to get the titles now. He'll never get a major title, et cetera, et cetera.
Who hacked his Twitter? Kurt Angle?
Probably Seth Rollins' wife.
No.
I love how everyone jumps on the Kurt Angle joke.
And I love how if Kurt Angle heard all that, he would just be like super pissed off, probably.
And then probably tweet out and say you got hacked.
Right. Get all drunk. Fuck you guys for that. Oh, sorry, that was me. That was still just somebody else. We have 2 other hot tags, maybe a third one, depends. Let's see here. WWE has trademarked Redneck Reppin Company. What do you guys think that might end up being? A new stable is the thing that is the rumor, and if so, then who would be in it? Or it could be something else, too. You never know. It could always just be some kind of a stupid app or a shitty cartoon show that WWE is working on or something like that. But what would you want to see Redneck Reppin Company be?
I imagine it's going to be some type of tag team or stable, like you mentioned. I could see a guy like Luke Harper being in that type of thing. He comes off as a redneck. Did Jay Briscoe and Mark Briscoe get signed recently or something? I don't know. I don't know if they've got new talent that'll fit that moniker or not, but I could see it being a good stable name. Well, a stable name, I wouldn't say good.
What if it was a replacement for the Mechanics? Because that is a terrible name.
It'd be better if they were actual mechanics.
They just carry around tool belts and shit.
Yeah, like fucking just clobber someone with a wrench. I'd be all over that shit.
Yeah, why not? What do you think, Drew? What do you think, Peyton? What's Redneck Reppin Company going to be?
Sounds more likely to be some kind of show they're going to try to run on the network, some type of reality-based thing, maybe where they have like a bunch of the down south type of wrestlers trying to go into various jobs. You know, maybe put like Dusty Rhodes trying to get a job as an actual plumber.
Maybe.
It does sound like there's something reality-based. It sounds like them trying to make something off of Duck Dynasty out of everything. So I don't know if it was an actual stable of some sorts, then I really don't know who all would be in it. I mean, you got Luke Harper, yeah, maybe Mr. One Man Band if he ever shows back up. You know, Eric Rowan possibly if I didn't accidentally say him already. So yeah, there's a few people. I don't know many
Can this just be Steve Blackman's TV show, but he beats up rednecks instead?
I'm down for that. Fuck. Yeah, a whole lot better than a Duck Dynasty ripoff.
Sure.
Just like that fucking like that fast beat music of him just kicking the shit out of random rednecks on the corner of
For
streets.
40 minutes straight. But they use the Papa Shango outro instead.
And it's like one of those really long beatdowns where it just goes from funny to unsettling.
Back to funny again. Samoa Joe has left TNA, and Steve Austin is really pushing to have WWE sign him. There seems to be a little bit of interest, but not, a ton of interest. Triple H is supposedly somebody who backs him, but Vince McMahon's not a fan, probably because he's on the bigger side. But
Fat.
would you guys like to see Samoa Joe in WWE? And if so, what would his name be? Because he's definitely not going to go under a Samoa Joe, that's for sure.
Samoa Black.
Well,
Nobody ever goes by their names.
Well, it's like this. The reason why I think Samoa Joe has the only reason why I think he has a shot is because Finn Balor has a shot, and he's about 33 to 34, and Samoa Joe's 35, I believe. So even though Samoa Joe is on a bit of older age out of everything, I believe he still has a shot. I mean, I really, really don't know what he's gonna do, but technically Joe was in WWE at one point, so I mean.
Everyone's been in WWE at one point.
Exactly, so it doesn't really mean that much. I guess he kind of knows one or two people that are there. So I don't know. I guess I'd be kind of interested in seeing Samoa Joe, mainly for the sole purpose of I've never seen Samoa Joe wrestle. And I think if you put him in NXT, he's bound to have maybe a couple. He's bound to do something interesting down there with the likes of Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens. I think Kevin Owens and Samoa Joe, they have a fat off, and essentially they could just wear T-shirts and see you could do a better job at that.
It's a new NXT takeover. NXT takeover, fat off.
So yeah, I mean, it is what it is. So I mean, it sucks for it because it is going down in a flame. So it is screwed here. But yeah, Samoa, if you come to WWE, just don't fuck it up, and don't put dick pics because. It probably won't be able to see it because your fat's going to be in the way.
Fuck, Drew. What mean. So, yeah, Samoa Joe. I'm all for him coming to WWE. I think he deserves a shot. He's definitely got a great resume as far as his Ring of Honor and TNA run goes. He definitely needs to trim some of that weight off, though. And I imagine he will. They've got great...
Didn't he gain more weight over the past few years or something?
Yeah, he did. He's always been a bit chunky, but back in his original Ring of Honor run, he was not. It was like he was fat, but he was still athletic.
No, I mean, if you watch. No, I was gonna say if you watch the Best in the World DVD, like they show like clips of his matches, he seemed relatively in shape for a bigger guy. So
yeah, he's always been chunky, but he was athletic before. Now he needs to shed some of that, and he can do that in NXT. They have a training facility for that, so. That's not an issue. As far as how he'll do, he's a decent promo. He's very good in the ring, so he's got all the tools to make it. The question is, do they slap him with the right gimmick? Do they slap him with the right opponents? And unfortunately, I see him the type of guy that maybe wrestles Randy Orton one day, clobbers him too hard, gets bitched out, and then ends up fucking jobbing for the rest of his career.
Yeah.
He's very fucking stiff. Like, you always hear about guys like Sheamus being stiff, but they don't hurt you. No, Joel just fucking clobber you. That's my 2 cents.
Peyton?
Yeah, I got nothing to say. This guy ain't fucking relevant. He has no business in WWE.
What?
Stay in the fucking minor leagues where he belongs.
So fuck, damn shit. For once, me being positive about a TNA guy, and just fuck me.
I don't know how you can say that, though. What's he done more than, say, a fucking Finn Balor and Kenta? He's fucking got just as good a career as they do.
Yeah,
and more
they
name
stayed in
recognition
fucking shape.
for a lot of this audience.
To be fair,
what name recognition does he have? No, hold on. What name recognition does he have?
Look, if you talk to...
He has just as much as any other NXT guy.
Right.
No,
and
they don't.
there's
No,
more of a
serious?
chance that WWE fans...
Hold on. In 2015, you're going to tell me that as many people know who Samoa Joe is as they know who Sami Zayn is? Because that is a complete, utter
Okay.
bullshit.
Okay,
When
no, 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 no,
when
no,
Sam-
no,
going
hang on.
into
When
it.
Sami
No, no,
Zayn
when Sami
going
there
in,
you go.
you can't compare Sami Zayn now that's been established by the machine.
But that's
to
what we're
Samoa
talking
Joe
about.
entering.
We're not talking about 6 years ago. It doesn't matter who they were 6 years ago.
Oh,
It
he
matters who
wasn't
they
in here
are
6
So
now.
in 6 years ago, Samoa Joe's going to be as over as Sami Zayn. He's got all the tools for that.
But we're not worried about 6 years ago. This is 2015. We need to worry about 2015. In fact, we need to worry about 2018 right now. And
Yes,
Samoa
what's
Joe
the
has
problem?
no place there.
Why?
Okay, why
does
doesn't he have a place there?
35?
He's old. He's out of shape.
So-
he doesn't have
so-
anything
no,
special.
no,
His
Finn
matches
Balor
get
doesn't
no
deserve
character.
that then.
Yeah, Finn Balor's old, and Kit is up there in age as well.
Yeah, and that's one thing, not 6 things working against them.
Okay, Kenta, let's see. He doesn't know how to speak English. All he does is kick in his matches. And Finn Balor, he's just smaller than normal, which is fine. But that's something that might could go against him if the wrong thing happens.
Yeah, I can list a shit ton of different things about different guys on the NXT roster that's going against them. Samoa Joe's got just as much chance as anyone else. I think it's unfair to say that he doesn't deserve
Evidently,
the shot.
he does if he hasn't made it there after all these years.
That's because he's been in TNA all these years.
Paid in TNA. He's actually been in contracts, unlike these other guys.
He's had many opportunities to get out of it. It's not like he was under a 10-year contract.
Actually, he might have been.
Who knows if he was? If he was under a 10-year contract, that fucking sucks to be in for 10 years.
If he was in a 10-year contract with TNA, he's a dumbass for
contract.
fucking setting a 10-year contract.
Well,
One
that
way
case,
or
he has no
another-
business sense either.
One way or another, we could end up seeing him. We might not. I wouldn't put all your bets on him popping up because, you know, he is older and they do have that weight situation going against him. But if they can get him cheap enough, then they might as well try because they
How
had
old was
fucking
Umaga when he was in WWE?
when he came in as like Rosie, I think his name was, or was
No.
that the other guy?
No,
I hate
was
that
Jamal,
comparison
right?
of those two. They're
He was
two
Jamal,
totally
wasn't he?
different.
And there's a big difference. Umaga is a
Better.
member of one of the most historic families of all time.
Well,
Samoa Joe doesn't have that backing him.
Umaga's just better.
I thought all Samoans were related.
Oh, yeah, I mean.
Oh, so come on. I guarantee you we can find somewhere that he's related to that family. Come on. To be fair, though,
That
it
big
will,
family tree.
well, here's
Oh
the
my
thing.
god,
when
I was just looking at Joe's birth name. It's fucking. I don't even know how to pronounce that shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Nufola?
Yeah. Nufola Joel Cena. Cena. It's a Samoa name for Cena. But seriously, I remember last year when Styles left TNA, people were talking about whether or not he would join WWE. I think if we could talk about him, if they didn't go for AJ Styles, I think that's the one thing that Samoa Joe has going against him. If they didn't go for AJ Styles, who could have easily been a credible mid-card champion in WWE, maybe a tag team guy. I don't know what they're going to do with Samoa Joe because...
And that's one thing Samoa Joe has that all those other guys you're trying to make defenses against doesn't. The stink of TNA.
So does Kurt Angle, and they were talking about wanting to get Kurt Angle back. They took Jeff Hardy
TNA
back.
was established in
Story, yeah.
WWE. You can't make that comparison.
Their
And honestly,
triangle's far above Samoa Joe. Or
I don't think
whatever his
I
name
don't
is.
think I don't think Triple H is petty enough to give a shit if you've got TNA. Any history with TNA. I think that's more, say, a Vince McMahon's
Oh,
issue.
yeah? Just look at this past Monday's Raw. Where was Sting the last number of years? Where was he? Oh, yeah, he was just in disappearance. He was nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, of
That's
course
right.
it's not going to reference TNA. Why would you reference a competitor, big or small?
Well, I don't know. TNA does it all the fucking time.
Yeah, and you're defending TNA?
I'm not defending TNA. I'm saying
No,
it's a
TNA
dumbass move.
TNA does a lot of things wrong. WWE
T-
didn't acknowledge the correct thing to do.
I think TNA has to do it because they're the smaller guy. They could get the name
No, they don't.
recognition.
They don't
Yeah,
have to. No, they don't.
Oh.
They should say TNA is the place to be. This is the best of the best. WWE doesn't exist to them because every time they mention WWE, they draw a comparison and make themselves look smaller. WWE should not exist to them.
Okay, I guess. Oh, you're right.
Look,
I'll give that one.
WWE should not exist to TNA, and TNA should not exist.
Yeah, that's a pretty accurate statement.
That's what it boils down to.
Oh, fuck.
So we're going to take a little break with the rest hold, and we're going to come back after that and start talking about our Fastlane predictions.